think I'm just becoming safer in my head, you know. I've got one friend left from my early 20s who is still the same way. His name is Declan Moffat. And he's still as wild. He comes from Glenamaddy, and he's just wild. He has this ferocious kind of sexual energy, but it's not wrapped up in any charm. It's in its raw, unprocessed state. Women find him repulsive. Give us a go, you knocker, come on. But he's, you know, I like hanging around with him in retrospect. Like, after he's been, you know, it just upsets everybody when you come on out that broke time you get locked, come on. But I can hardly go out now, Declan. Look, it's 9:15. Oh. I'll tell you the type of person he is now. I was over doing some work in London for the IRA. Or the BBC, or one of those companies. I was doing some work over in London. And after the gig was over, the television thing, they flew me back from Heathrow to Dublin Airport, first class, and they gave me an extra ticket to take one of my smelly Irish friends out of their lovely city. And so I took Declan. Now, the night before, when the gig finished, we just got hammered drunk, and it was just bleary-eyed and up till 7 o'clock in the morning, drinking and stuff. Got an hour's sleep, slept in our clothes, next thing, brr, 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 taxi here, oh God almighty. So gathered her, went down, bleary-eyed, blood everywhere. We looked like children's feet scattered about the room. I don't remember that at all. We looked like two young fellas who'd failed the audition for the Wolf Tones. Into the taxi over to the airport. Everybody else was on the plane. We were late. And first class, of course, everybody so posh with their big hair and massive newspapers and really small fingers. And so I sit into my seat, and Declan is there. He's got a bag of oranges, which he's bringing back as a present to his nephews and nieces in Glenamaddy. Oranges from London, oh yeah! But he's finding the fierce difficult to coordinate opening the flap and putting his oranges... fuck you, anyway. So, he sits down beside me. Now, do you know when you're that hungover, and you know what you want to say, you can see the sentence in front of you. But it just takes too much effort. So what you pick out a couple of words, and you throw them together, and you hope it makes sense. Now, what he meant to say to me was, did you ever make love to your girlfriend? Come home and make love to your girlfriend when initially she doesn't really want to be made love to. You know, you're kind of, hey. You're kind of working on the charming side of aggressive. Hey, oh, hey. Right? But that took too much mental thought. So you must also remember that his ears had popped. And he had no idea how loud he was actually speaking. He turns to me and he roars out, "Did you ever rape someone?" We're up 29,000 feet. The pilot... It must have played into reverse. I'm dropping this fucker back. I don't care. He's also somebody, he has no idea of his own limitations, I suppose. He thinks he can do everything. He thinks he's going to be brilliant at everything. He decided recently he was going to run in the Southampton Marathon. It was near where he was living in England at the time. It would take no dissuading whatsoever. You know, he trained for about a week. Sure, I often ran 26 miles and I was drunk. Looking for a party. I'll probably win the fucking thing. So, the start of the race, where did the bold Declan go? Not at the back. With all the humble amateur athletes dressed up as restaurants and werewolves. No. Declan has a chance of winning the fucking thing. So, he elbows his way down to the front. And he stands there, stomach against the ticker tape, shoulder to shoulder with all the boys from Somalia and Kenya. Declan Moffat, Glenamaddy, the best you know. Jesus, there isn't a pick on you. Will you have a ham sandwich, huh? Are we going past the chipper or what? They're all there in their sleek Adidas outfits. Singlets, shiny shorts, and trainers with spikes in them. Declan is there in a Saw Doctor's t-shirt. He has the sleeves torn off for aerodynamic purposes by... Now, the race starts. He said that he was able to keep up with them for the first 4 miles. Now that's an achievement. Because those fellas don't hang around. They just go... It's like they're made out of gazelles or just... And Brendan there... After 4 miles, he said he got so tired that he wasn't able to slow down. He said that if he didn't come to an abrupt stop, he was going to die. So, rather than kind of stand to one side and to be seen like a bit of a fool, he spotted a ditch, right? And he very suddenly and dramatically just veered off course and leapt into it, without a word of explanation to his fellow athletes. What has happened to Declan? I don't know. He was scaring me. Me too. Was he the devil? I don't know. I like to run so